Hello, everybody, and welcome to the IWC Radio Live podcast. I'm Smoot, along with Beans, or actually, Beans is not here, believe it or not. Chucks and Will are. Beans put his headset down and went home. Believe it or not, he left. He left.
He's let us all down.
He left it. Yeah, he let us all down. We've indefinitely suspended. No, we're just kidding. He's I think he had he had some sort of engagement tomorrow that he has to be up early for, so that's why he's not here.
He said he's working, but you know, who works on a Sunday?
Yeah, right. Priest,
but no, that there's. Well, yeah, well, that's a good point. Yeah, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're kind of poking fun at the I guess what's basically been the top headline this week is the fact that Naomi and Sasha Banks seem to have walked out of the company of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you not hear about this?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's a crazy situation, isn't it?
I've pretty much only heard the headline, so if you've got any details, if there are any details.
Well, according to Fightful Select, when this happened on Monday, because they were booked for it was the main event of Raw, a women's tag team championship match between Naomi and Sasha versus Asuka and Becky Lynch. Apparently, according to Fightful Select, it was noted that the talent themselves hadn't heard that Sasha and Naomi considered anyone unsafe until the statement was released. In regards to WWE putting out a statement saying that both women weren't happy or satisfied with who's in the match and considered like unsafe working conditions or something like that. Whereas,
wait, who was in the match? You said it was Becky.
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah.
They're saying Becky is unsafe.
Possibly.
Or WWE is saying that that's what the story.
I believe. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure what the original match was. I'm going to try to look that up if I can.
Yeah, I've got the link. If you put this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I did have it a minute ago.
Eventually, it was Becky Lynch and Asuka was the replacement. I might have goofed it here.
Yeah, that was the room.
Who were they against then?
It was a six-man. They were calling it a six-pack challenge.
Right. It was a six-pack challenge. Okay. Gotcha.
If you go to about 12 seconds on that video, they show a graphic of what was originally shown on Raw.
Yeah.
When they go through the card on Raw at the start.
There we go. Yeah, there you can see it. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da. Winner earns a Raw Women's Championship opportunity. And it had Sasha, Naomi, Asuka, Becky, Doudrop, and Nikki Ash. And apparently apparently WWE's spinning it that, according to Sasha and Naomi, they claimed that somebody was unsafe, but Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select is saying otherwise, I believe.
Yeah, I can't see that being the situation. They've worked with everyone before, haven't they? So.
Right.
I think WWE actually said that in the statement, didn't they? Said they've worked with these people before and never had an issue.
Right.
That's why I find it hard to believe that that's what the real issue is.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Doudrop is winning any six-pack challenges, if you know what I mean.
Well, this was
cancelled.
The winner was gonna be Naomi.
Cancelled.
This is what's come out since. The winner was set to be Naomi. This was apparently what they really weren't happy with. Is that Naomi was set to get the win and she was going to pin Sasha. And
so that's what she's really upset about.
Yeah, they were like, well, why? We're a team. Why are we pinning each other?
Well, yeah, good point.
I believe this did, if the internet's to be believed, it was going to go on that, and then Naomi was going to get beat at the pay-per-view. So they were like, well, why are we doing this? What's the point in this? So yeah, I thought the whole thing was interesting. Like they actually issued a statement on this, because normally this kind of thing, anything backstage shit never really gets
So, yeah,
publicly mentioned, does it?
I saw the statement and it looked like the start of a storyline.
Think so.
Which I know, wrestling fans always say that about everything. No, it's a work. It's a work. Definitely a work. But it was so unlike them to ever actually just say that something like this has happened.
Yeah, I can't actually find the statement on the website now. Have they taken it down? Oh no, I've got it. Sorry, I've got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, they finally admitted something that they've never actually said, officially before. But I think everyone knew. Just steady yourself. This is breaking news. Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show whose characters are expected to perform the requirements of their contract.
Yeah, when they have to put like the show over like that, that tells me it's not a work. Like this is like, hey,
what I've been spending the last 20 years of my life on. You're saying it's not real?
Scripted live TV. What's
scripted live?
Sorry to bust your bubble there, Chucks.
The hell? I don't know how I'm going to recover from this one.
Then that's the biggest news to come out of this week. Yeah, because it's just saying that statement there. They had 8 hours to rehearse, and they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with 2 of their opponents, even though they'd had matches with those individuals in the past with no consequence. So,
I mean, when do they ever make an official statement on anything?
Well, exactly.
Even for injuries, they never actually say what has happened. They just say, ruled out, not cleared.
Right.
Elevated enzymes.
Elevated liver enzymes, yes.
See, even that, they did say that about everyone, and I don't believe a word of it. There's no way that was about liver enzymes.
Not even for Bobby Lashley at the match with the Punjabi prison back in the day.
Was that Lashley? That was
I believe so. Yeah.
That was Great Khali.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With Batista.
Oh yeah, Khali. Yeah.
One of them.
And then he was replaced with Big Show.
One of those. It was one of those people back in.
But I think Lashley was also out on that same pay-per-view. That's why it was a thing.
Right.
He was going to be in a triple threat with Regal and Finlay for the US title, and it ended up being a one-on-one, which was probably much better than it would have been as a triple threat.
Yeah. But yeah. So on Friday, Michael Cole also gave a statement, which is where that graphic came from. Basically saying that they've been suspended indefinitely and they're going to hold a tournament for the vacated WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Also, to kind of add on to this, apparently their Facebook pages have also been currently disabled. Naomi's Twitter page or Twitter bio does not include WWE Superstar anymore. And
didn't Ashish? I mean, this is the killer move. Sasha's unfollowed Vince on Twitter.
Whoa! Shots fired.
Shots fired. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the fact that they're issuing statements and they've got Michael Cole, saying that they've let everyone down and stuff. It's like, they're really going for them here.
Yeah.
If you go, it all just sounds so fake.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Vince Russo storyline to me.
It does.
I think so. She's going off script.
If you go to the Superstar pages here, they're still listed. She's also in the header as well.
She's on the graphic, yeah.
Roman Reigns, both champions there, which I was stunned by. Like, oh yeah, I forgot he's undisputed. Vacant, by the way, is WWE Women's Tag Team Champions currently.
Vacant's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dana looks shocked by it. If you go down here, sorry. There we go. Naomi's still listed. I believe Sasha's still listed down here. They're both their pages are still up from when I checked, but also Vacant has a Superstar profile, which if you click it, tells you about the title history of the Universal Championship. for some reason.
Well,
And,
Bacon was champion for a bit, wasn't he?
yeah. If you type in Sasha Banks in WWE shop, all of their
I read
merch,
about this, yeah. It's
all of their
gone,
merch
yeah.
has been pulled, yeah. Or if you type in Naomi, dun, 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 parts unknown. So they're not even listed in the clearance section and whatnot, which I was going to take a. It's been a while. I was thinking of taking a look through. Apparently, the right hand man shirt from Jey Uso is under clearance now. Can't imagine why.
So I'm just reading this thing here. There's strange wording at the end here. That Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show whose characters are expected. I don't know that a TV show would be a who, but I'll go with it anyway. Scripted live TV show whose characters are expected to perform the requirements of their contract. A character is not an actor, right? The wrestler isn't a character. The character of a TV show is a fake personality who, he is expected to perform the requirements of their contract. I guess that's true. But that's irrelevant if you're talking about the performer, right?
Are you trying to rationalize the fact that WWE
I'm
puts
trying to
on
make
a
sense of
scripted
the
show?
wording. They've just added a thing like Friends is a scripted not live TV show. It's a scripted TV show, and Ross Geller is expected to perform the requirements of his contract at the museum. Like, okay, what's that got to do with anything?
Okay.
See where you come from.
I kind of see where you're coming from a little bit.
Sasha Banks is a character. She's not the real. The real Sasha is not the character. You know, Mercedes is not the character. So, just I think that's phrased really badly. That WWE thinks of their own employees as characters.
Yeah, that's corporate for you.
Maybe.
I've just seen a tweet. Apparently Sasha's been taken out of the intro, the signature intro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that as well.
She's been replaced by Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that's a plus or a minus, but that's pretty big because you don't tend to update that unless it's, Ric Flair's being accused of sexual offences. Which apparently he's getting back in the ring as well, so I don't know.
I was seeing that as well, yeah.
But yeah, the statement here initially was saying that those close to the situation said that Naomi and Sasha didn't claim that they didn't want to work with Becky or Asuka, though that was implied in WWE's statement. And those were the two women referenced. Instead, we're told that Sasha Banks and Naomi were angling to work with Nikki and Doudrop at the pay-per-view, the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Talent themselves hadn't heard that Sasha and Naomi considered anyone unsafe until the statement was released. WWE Talent also got the statement in their internal talent relations app, which I assume is like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or some shit like that. In regards to the pitch, the Nikki and Doudrop versus Sasha Banks and Naomi pay-per-view match was turned down. And there was a pitch to have them instead interfere in the Naomi versus Bianca Belair match on pay-per-view, which was also turned down. We're told that Sasha Banks and Naomi's issues were largely concerned about the direction of the tag team and the division as a whole, which to me is a valid critique. So
right, but you know going in what the situation is with that whole division.
Right, and that was that was the initial Fightful Select report, which was what I was trying to find. So yeah,
like you say, Dave.
Kind of crazy.
At some point, they must have agreed to what was going on because they were advertising that match as rolling on the air. So at some point, someone must have okayed all that for it to get that far. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have got to the stage of advertising the match if they weren't happy with it. So, what changed in the space of an hour or so?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you got to know your worth. And if you think you're being undervalued or downplayed and things like that to the point where, you're not being listened or respected, yeah, just leave. Worked for CM Punk. Worked for Steve Austin.
Yeah, it's cool that they value themselves that highly and aren't going to be held hostage to the company, and that's cool. More people should feel that way. That's great. I just don't really know what they were expecting when they got into this whole thing.
To be
They're
heard.
told you're winning the tag titles. Are they going to go, great, right? This is the start of a real upswing for our careers.
Yeah.
We're really going to start. No, those things have never meant anything.
True.
So, now you're going to act surprised, what the hell? We're the women's tag team champions and we're not being focused on? Yeah.
But maybe they were trying to. It did sound like they were trying to pitch ideas and things like that. Well, what if we, had this, or what if we tried to go against, Nikki Ash and Doudrop at the pay-per-view as a match, and they were like, no.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
This is like Chad Gable going into Vince's office saying, look, I've got these 6 ideas. I think they would all work. Which one would you like to do? Vince is going to go, yeah, you know what? Let's work on number 5. Let's just go with that one. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you pitch to creative when they've got, you are this, you're pigeonholed into what, you're the women's tag titles. You're going to maybe get on TV once every month. Even in this match, it was a 6-pack challenge. They were doing singles. Nothing to do with being a team.
That's true. Yeah.
I have all the sympathy for them in terms of, it's a shitty place to work. I get it. But if they really thought that this was going to be a bigger deal, I don't know what they've been watching. I haven't been watching it, and I know it was never going to be a big deal through no fault of their own.
Maybe it's just that they want it to be a big deal. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right, but you've got to know when something's a lost cause.
Yeah,
Sasha was the first champion, wasn't it? Sasha and Bayley that won the titles, the first one.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and they were pissed then when they lost it to the Iconics. They thought it was going to be a big thing, and immediately it just wasn't, and they were pissed even then.
Yeah, go to the store.
Okay. Sorry. Apparently Mom's going to the store.
All right.
One sec here. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I imagine half of the roster must be feeling that same thing every week. I've tried to do what they've told me to do. It sucks. I've tried giving them better stuff. They never go for it. Yeah. This is a really, really shitty place to work. I just have to wait out my contract. Everyone must be feeling that way.
Yeah. How long will it before they end up on the other side? I don't mean dead. I mean AEW.
Yeah, on the other side. I imagine AEW would take them. Definitely.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's all a contract thing, and I think WWE will hold the contract for as long as they can.
I don't know. No disrespect to Naomi, but I think they're probably more likely to take Sasha than they would Naomi.
They're definitely more likely to take Sasha, sure. Yeah. But I think even if it's just as a statement, we'll take them. They've got much worse on the roster than Naomi.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's interesting as well with
acting and stuff, right? Sasha was on Mandalorian for a while.
That's right, she was. Yeah, she's
got options.
Yeah.
She's an actress, a real actress now.
A proper one, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit awkward as well though, with the Naomi's situation, because obviously she's married to an Uso.
Anuso, yeah.
So that adds a little extra dimension to it all, doesn't it? Really?
I'm sure the Uso will be all right.
Oh yeah, I'm just it makes things just a little bit complicated, doesn't it? I suppose.
Kinda.
Personally.
That was a similar thing that people were saying about Daniel Bryan too, with the Bella still halfway involved with the company. It's like, is he going to want to do that? And he did.
That's true. Yeah.
It worked out right. And I think if it was someone, is there an example of someone else? Like John Morrison was affected when Melina went crazy. I'm sure there's a more recent example of that stuff. Oh, I think it was Punk and AJ Lee, right? He left, and it was like, oh
Yeah.
man, she's got to hang around for another year or so. Dean Ambrose leaving Renee there. Like, there's always that. Ooh, how's this gonna knock on? But I think it'll be all right. When you're sitting at the table with the big dog, you're protected. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
And they've done worse, by the way. The Usos, they've done worse and still been fine.
Yeah, drunk driving.
No, that's true.
If they wanted an excuse to get rid of those guys.
It's kind of crazy how they get like second chances and they're still fine and featured and whatnot. But the minute somebody voices their opinion about like, well, how about we have this for a match, or why don't we do this in this direction, and then they're not satisfied and then they go home and they're indefinitely suspended. It's kind of crazy. So this seems like, I don't know, this kind of seems like it's something with similar vibes with like CM Punk. Like, he's just tired, he was tired of the bullshit, being not listened to and whatnot. And at the end of the day, you got to know your value and just not take shit from, doofuses like John Laurinaitis. So...
Why did John Laurinaitis get singled out?
Because he's a doofus.
Johnny Ace.
I mean, he is a doofus.
He's a glad-handing yes man.
He's a glad-handing yes man. Speaking of which, let's do the thing about the idiotic daughter and the doofus son-in-law. Because
good segue.
That's another story I've seen the headline of, but I don't know exactly what's going on.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's perfectly laid out. Thank you. So I hear that Steph has stepped down temporarily, I guess. She says because she wants to focus on family. I think that's weird, given that her kids are like 10 years old now.
Yeah,
there was time to take time off for the family, and this is, I don't know, this doesn't seem like it. But it has come at a time 6 months or so after Triple H has been basically dumped from all of his duties.
Right.
Seems kind of convenient, doesn't it?
Didn't Triple H come back full time the day after she made that announcement?
Oh, did he? I didn't hear that.
That's the rumor. The news come out that he's been back full time since Mania now. But yeah, it's. But then there's also, I've seen a story as well that apparently full time. He's working full time, but his duties are not what it was. So, yeah, I don't know. There's obviously more to it here, but I don't think we're ever going to find out.
Apparently, Nick Khan has stepped up in her place, which I don't know if I trust him to do anything other than get rid of like a talent that got underutilized. So,
well, there was I don't want to start rumors here because you know where the internet works. No one's listening to us anyway. So it doesn't matter.
We're not on Wrestle Rumors anymore.
There was it's not actually my rumor. I read it on Twitter anyway. There was a photo going around of Stephanie taken either at the Hall of Fame or during that weekend anyway, WrestleMania weekend. Where she's not wearing a wedding ring.
Oh,
Oh,
spicy.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, people did say on the tweet, maybe she just took it off, for that day or whatever. People do that.
I just opened up the chat.
But
'cause
yeah.
I forgot to do something. I just saw Stay in the chat there saying, in regards to, I guess, Sasha and Naomi, saying that they wanted to be legit champions instead of just a legit boss.
Really?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's possible. Some people let that shit get to their head, but I think they just wanted more for the division and things like that. Sorry, not to sidetrack for what you were saying, Will.
No, it's okay.
That's interesting, but
I'm trying to find the tweet, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying, people do that. People do take the ring off. Doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, but they also take it off when it does mean something.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
I prefer to focus on that.
Maybe she didn't want to get lost in the shuffle with the other like Hall of Fame rings and things like that. Like, oh, what is this? Oh, hey, this looks pretty blingin'. So,
trying to find it.
Yeah, it sounds like Will's
apparently
trying to start stuff.
I am. I'm literally trying to cause a story. It's all over Twitter. Someone's saying apparently if you look at the segment where she introduced Gable Steveson at WrestleMania, she wasn't wearing a red ring.
No ring.
Weird. There's more. I think there's more to this, but I don't know if we'll ever know why. All right, stay in the chat. Just said maybe she thought Hunter was going to die and she was ready to move on. That's a little bit morbid.
Jesus.
Just a little bit on the nose there.
She was ready to move on. Even before it happened, she was.
She had the plans in place.
She's already plotting like a funeral or something.
Yeah.
Picking out the casket for him or something. Like, goddamn. Hopefully not. Like.
Oh no, of course not.
Yeah.
But there's clearly more to this. Like I say, though, I don't think we're ever going to find out what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a wild year so far, so you never know.
Mm.
But yeah, that was a pretty big news story as well. And, yeah, WWE's popping off, I think, as the kids would say. Just not in the ways you expect. Did you watch Raw or SmackDown? Either show.
I did, actually.
Okay, so should we go through the recap?
Excuse me,
will?
sorry. If I'm trying to remember, actually, yeah, we can do.
Let's see. Pull these up here. Then we saw the main event, the modified main event, as we mentioned earlier. I did see a little bit of this on social media, the Bobby Lashley defeating Omos, where they just recreated the Umaga match from ECW with Lashley, toss himself through the cage.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't remember that one actually, but yeah, now you mention that rings a bell. I was more thinking of the didn't Strowman do it more recently?
Yeah, to Big Show, and he left the company.
Yeah.
He introduced him so badly, Big Show left the company.
They both left in the end.
Technically, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Veer Mahan defeated Mustafa Ali. What a shock.
Yeah, it looks like
Why
they're
did they
giving
call
him
him
a
Mahan?
full.
I know he's had a surname now for a few months, but why Mahan? It sounds too much like Mahal.
There's actually, yeah, especially with WWE's way of thinking, yeah.
Yeah, like these guys used to hang out all the time. Now you're going to call him Mahan, and Jinder Mahal is right there.
Maybe they want you to think that they're kind of related.
Mm.
Well, then they should have the same name. Even though Jinder Mahal was supposed to be related to the Great Khali, and they didn't have the same name.
That you know of. Could have been Great Khali
Who's
Mahal.
related?
Well, it wasn't because he was it Ranjit Singh was his brother or something?
Actually, it's probably his brother, wasn't it? Yeah.
Something
Was
like
his
that.
brother something like that? So that would mean Great Khali was also a Singh, which he actually was. His name is Dalip Singh.
Right.
So then
Roger.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Jinder Mahal was married to his sister.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
now Veer Mahan just has a very similar sounding name.
Ultimately, just a similar
As
sounding
far as we
name.
know, not related to the Great Khali.
They're also calling Veer the Lion, apparently, as well. I just noticed this down here. The Lion, Veer Mahan. That doesn't even sound good.
The Lion?
The Lion.
Just the lion.
Yeah. Rather. Can I zoom in? Yeah, see? The Lion, Veer Mahan.
He's got great hair, that guy.
Yeah, he does.
Lion's mane.
That I agree. Riddle defeated Jimmy Uso for some reason.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that for that.
AJ Styles and Finn Balor defeated Los Lotharios. Alexa Bliss defeated Sonya Deville. A returning Alexa Bliss as well.
She's got some cool new entrance music.
Am I gonna?
Didn't that happen last week?
But no, she come back with her old music. Their old
Right.
What was it? The
But I mean,
Goddess music.
she beat Sonya Deville. She came back. She
Oh,
returned
yeah,
and
that
beat
happened,
Sonya
yeah.
Deville in like no time at all.
Yeah.
And then they just did it again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me then.
Now, I didn't actually know because I don't know who's doing Alexa's new music because there's it's got words and everything.
Oh God! No, I
Yeah.
hate it. Why would you tell me that?
I didn't actually. I meant to look at this actually, but I forgot to do. I think no, it's not that one. She's into sort of rock music, isn't she? So she probably picked it herself. But yeah, no, it's to the same sort of tune as her original music, but it's cool.
Ugh. I'm sorry, with the way WWE's track record has been with some of the new entrance musics lately that you've alerted my attention to, I take that with a grain of salt.
To be fair, those ones seem to have been created by WWE themselves.
Yeah, that's the problem.
This one doesn't. I think this is an actual band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's on that video.
Okay. Ezekiel defeated Chad Gable. And then, like I said, the main event. Oh, that's a hell of a still for Becky. Look at that. A bit unflattering, to say the least.
Yeah.
So yeah. That was Raw. And then over on SmackDown, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman charged up the Bloodline for a historic tag team unification match showdown.
Yeah, the whole night was pretty much what you can't expect. It was a big match.
Respect.
It was all pretty much. It was all pretty much revolving around that unification match.
Gotcha. Nakamura defeated Sami Zayn. Not surprising.
Yeah, that was good.
Happy Corbin destroyed Madcap Moss's Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy. Didn't they do that last week?
No, he dropped it on.
Oh, shit, sorry.
What's his name's head, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he actually smashed it up this week.
Well,
and then walked off with the figure of
the cheese
Andre,
part.
like a little action figure.
Yeah, the little cheese part.
No, he destroyed the whole trophy, but then walked. Yeah, the actual figure. He walked off with that like an action figure.
I'm sorry, that broke it so cheaply. Good lord. Where do they get this from? Wish?
There you go. Because his Andre action figure.
Yeah, the cheese part.
It's just the cheese part.
I'm sorry, I think they did this whole gimmick before, when like Cesaro won or something like that, and somebody like broke it, and they made a
They
new
do
one.
that every time.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being broke. He might be right. I might have missed it.
But why boo that? Like,
Well, it's a trophy, isn't it?
boo, he broke the cheese statue, boo. Anyway.
Exactly.
Gunther defeated Drew Gulak. Ricochet stopped Gunther's post-match onslaught on Gulak. Okay, cool. And
Yeah, that was I'm a bit weird though, actually, because the Ricochet appearance is saved today at the end of the match, and no one seemed to know it was him because no one recognises his new music. So,
Ricochet's got new music too.
yeah.
Keep giving everyone new music.
I know. He's had it for a few weeks actually, to be fair.
the
But
fuck.
yeah, no one recognised it was him, so there was literally no reaction.
RK Bro explained their advantage over the Usos in the unification match. I don't know why that was a backstage segment, or why Orton's sporting an RK Bro 420
Yeah.
shirt. Raquel Rodriguez defeats Shotzi. No last name. Xavier Woods defeated Butch, and this is a hell of a still as well. Damn near knocked the hair off of him. That's a good photo. That's a really good photo.
They've not got a name. What were they calling them? The Brutes or something they called them.
The Fighting Irish.
The group of Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch. They're not the Dastardly Brute is something ridiculous.
Dastardly Brute.
I mean, they should have gone
That's
down
great.
the route of Pac. Just called them the Bastards. That would have worked.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, actually. Yeah. Oh, apparently the main event was the historic tag team unification match because the Usos defeated RK Bro to take the titles off of them, and now they're tag team champions. So interesting.
The Brawling Brutes. That's what they
The
called.
Brawling Brutes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
So yeah, the Usos ended up winning that match with help from Big Dog.
The Big Dog.
So I'm surprised they actually did it. They've actually, for now at least anyway, they've unified the titles.
For now, yeah.
So the Bloodline's got all the gold.
Cool.
Yeah. They're the main event mafia of this day and age for WWE, I guess. They might as well just take the women's titles as well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, it's not like they're doing anything with the women's tag team titles at the moment. So,
If only Naomi was still around, she could have joined the Bloodline.
that actually would have been pretty cool, come to think of it.
That was a rumor at one point, wasn't it? She was
I
going
think
to join.
so.
It never happened. It
Hmm.
would make sense, wouldn't it? You know, obviously.
Moving
I
on
mean,
to
they're not-
AEW.
They're not actually blood, though.
Well, no, but
Can you join the bloodline by marriage? That's.
well, yeah.
But yeah,
Just some more
They should-
tidbits from SmackDown.
Oh, go ahead.
LA Knight.
Yeah, he's
LA
like-
Knight.
He's a manager now, right?
Yeah, he made his back. It was a little segment with Adam Pearce. He's not LA Knight anymore though. He's wait for it. Max Dupree.
I'm sorry, what?
Why? LA
Max
Knight was
Dupree.
pretty bad, but
He's
Max
not
Dupree,
Canadian.
Well,
Rene
It's
Dupree's
Du-
brother.
no, it's spelled different. I think they must have got onto that straight away. It's DUPRI.
No.
Dupree.
and he's a manager, as you say, and he's the CEO of Maximum Male Models,
But
which
why
sounds
male
like
models?
some kind of porn film. There he is, yeah. There's Max Dupree. He says Dupree weirdly as well. It's like Dupree. He says
I don't.
emphasis on the pre. Yeah.
Are they trying to make him like a metrosexual? Because this is what I'm. This is the
Yeah.
vibe that I'm getting.
There was a slight, albeit faint, but it was there, faint LA Knight chant starting up, which I thought was quite funny.
Wow.
Because I mean, he hasn't changed the
No.
branding. I see here.
Well, that's going to be the thing, though, and it's if someone who's fairly well known in WWE changes the name, then the fans are just going to keep on calling the old name just to be cool. That's what's going to happen. Cool in inverted commas.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it is. Riddle was injured during that match last night as well.
Really?
I think he's okay though. The just before they went to the first break, the doctor jumped in and they stopped the match for a bit, and the referee did the X, so it was a legit injury.
Huh.
But he carried on with the match. He finished the match. Turns out he's done something to his hip.
Interesting.
But yeah, finished the match. I don't know how bad it is.
I feel like I bruised my hip when I took out the trash because I fell. I slipped I slipped and fell and hurt my shoulder and hip.
Okay.
Awkward pause there. Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to stop the show there, but yeah, no, that it's not fun. I can tell you that for sure. Hopefully, speedy recovery if everything's all right there. Anything else from SmackDown?
I'm just taking a quick look. I don't think we missed anything else.
Max Dupree. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to listen to that promo after the show because I don't want WWE to claim anything here. But why do you change people's names to just awful shit? I don't get it.
There was a bit of attention to Pat McAfee while Michael Cole was giving the update on Sasha and Naomi. He was obviously sat next to him, but he didn't say a word, and he just had this bemused look on his face.
Yeah.
And people picked up it on Twitter. He was like, "What the fuck's going on?" So yeah, there it is. There.
Not when Naomi and Sasha let us all down. I was like, yeah, I don't believe that.
There's some of the words they're using as well. Corey Graves called them a few times unprofessional on Raw.
Really?
And he said they let them down. Yeah, he said it a few times.
Also, what's interesting to note is the like-dislike ratio on this video is like 20,000 dislikes and 13,000 likes. Strangely enough.
Some tweet: the visible discomfort of Pat McAfee is noticeable here. I think it's just because what he's like. He just jokes around and he's a bit of a serious situation. So
Yeah.
he just doesn't want to get involved, which is fair enough, I suppose.
I'll dislike it as well. There we go. Feedback, share with the creator. Yeah, wild. I don't know, it just looks normal to me. He didn't really... I think people are just reading into much.
Someone zoomed in on him. I think if you look at it and it's like that, it does look a bit strange. But
AEW. From the...
I actually seen Rampage last night. It was on here, wasn't it? It was on before SmackDown. Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I didn't see Dynamite. It was okay. Yeah.
Did you see
alright.
Daniel Bryan's foot getting wedged between the ramp and the ring?
I seen that when it happened during the week. Yeah, someone video and it went. But yeah, but they cut it out the show, didn't they?
Yeah,
It was.
I've
like
only seen the first half, but I didn't see that.
Yeah, they didn't show any of it. You saw the brawl kicking off at the end of the show, and then I think it was Excalibur or someone said, "Well, we're out of time. We'll have to go." And it just cut off as they were brawling on stage. But yeah, I seen the clip. This clip you're probably going to show now. I seen that during the week. Turns out this might actually be a work though.
No.
From what I've read, apparently it was all.
That's a work.
The apparently so. I find it weird that the camera's pointing at him all the time.
Well, yeah, because
So it was a
again,
legit thing. Surely they wouldn't have the cameras on.
Again, this is AEW. It's different.
But apparently there was no. What was I was reading a story on it yesterday? I'll try and find it. There was no sort of what's the word, urgency or anything. Everyone just sort of let it happen, and I'll try and find the full story because I'm not making much sense right now. But I'm with you. That doesn't look like a work to me.
That does not look like a work. I'm sorry. It was Moxley just trying to push the ring.
Why don't they just? Surely they can move the ring if they take the post down. I don't know. Surely that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but that would take a while, dude.
Yeah, but it's the last match at Rampage. They're not doing it anymore. And then if he's in serious pain, that's the way to do it. I would say.
He looks like he's in serious pain. That's what how is this a work? I'm sorry. I don't get that. I think they even put it up on YouTube as well.
I was just gonna say, the article I'm looking at now, they put it up themselves, yeah, with their own footage.
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't get. Why is the footage still? Why were they still filming?
To cover their ass.
For what?
Insurance reasons. I don't know, so they don't get sued.
I'll be interested to see. I've not actually seen this. This is where literally where Rampage went off the air.
Right.
So I think actually he's already stuck in. Can you see him on the floor there? You can, yeah, he's still there. Yeah. No one actually knows if he's stuck yet.
The camera guy has a hell of a mohawk. Holy cow. Yeah, there you see. Yeah, and Brian's leg is stuck. Yeah.
I'm gonna find the story while you.
Oh yeah, you can see. Hold on, you see Brian say something to Bryce, like that he's actually like he's actually hurt. Like see right there.
Or is he telling them I'm okay?
I don't know. You gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me with this.
So that was after what? The end of Dynamite, was it?
Rampage. This past Friday.
Rampage.
Oh,
which was taped in advance.
It was taped on Wednesday, wasn't it? Trying to find the story now because it's. Well, to be honest, I'm with you. It looks legit to me, but I'm only going off the internet. And you know the internet never lies.
Did he just fall into a hole, or did someone put him there, or how did he get there?
He might have just.
You don't really see it, do you? It was off camera,
yeah.
Yeah. Because if it, I don't know what the work would be if it was a work.
Maybe
the story was that I read that he was just messing about and basically was having a bit of fun.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
It's Brian Alvarez.
Oh boy.
His leg was between the ring and the ramp for about 5 to 7 minutes. They worked to distract him, and then he made his way to the back without assistance. I'm strongly given the impression this was all a work from start to finish. So I suppose if we hear otherwise, we'll let you guys know.
Well, all right. I'll take Brian's word for it.
He just came up with a wacky idea and thought it would be funny. It was weird.
Huh.
I mean, it was a long time that he was in there, and if you watch the video, it looks like Moxley and everyone are there, and they don't seem overly concerned, and they appear to be playing up with him.
Everybody's trying to get his leg free. What do you mean not overly concerned? What the hell?
I was told by someone that they were actually laughing about it.
Oh my
So I think
God.
one way or the other, we can tell you that he doesn't appear to be seriously injured, and it appears the whole thing was a work.
Yo, that's crazy.
that was-
It doesn't fucking work, man. Top notch.
Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio.
Yeah, I trust his word.
Is he laughing there? Just a minute ago,
Maybe
he was
that's what he pulled Bryce over for, and hey, I'm gonna work this leg
laughing
thing.
to tell him I'm okay. Just don't take this seriously or whatever.
Right.
I don't see how could you get your foot stuck in that place anyway? So it's I don't get it.
Yeah, everybody's trying to pull.
And like you
fucking...
say, I don't know. Surely, if this is a legit thing, then surely there's a way of moving the ring out the way, or moving the stage part of it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this was a small arena, and usually when they have a small arena, they have this this entrance ramp connected to the ring, and yeah, I mean, maybe they'll still use it from here on. I mean, if it's a work, yeah, obviously, but like, yeah, it's a wacky idea. I don't know why he would pull it out on a random Rampage and not for like TV, but
Well, see, they're pushing the ring now. That's... I mean, if you've obviously seen matches yourself,
he's kind of smiling right there. You are right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
See?
All right,
I mean, you've seen yourself if there's a match going on and someone gets thrown into the ropes fairly hard, the ring moves.
That's true, yeah.
So surely, it's not going to take much to move it.
Well, I mean, it would take quite a bit, but they do have Mark Henry backstage, so could happen.
Why didn't
The
he
Big
push
Show?
the ring?
Paul, yeah.
Is Big Show that? What does Big Show do? Because I think Mark Henry has the best job in the business right now. He asks one question at the end of Rampage.
It's time for the main event.
Well, it looks like there's been enough talk.
Yeah, that is true. He just says one thing, and there you go. Yeah. So Dynamite was pretty good. The Jokers, by the way. Samoa Joe faced off against the formerly known as John Morrison from WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, did see that as well. Yeah.
That was awesome.
And
Classic JR says, it's great to have this young man here in AEW. This talented young man. He's like 42 now.
42 years young.
Yeah.
And Britt Baker's Joker was Maki Ito from Japan.
That was great too.
That was pretty good. That was a good callback.
I need to watch that again. I want to see the Jericho Regal thing.
Where Regal takes Jericho's toothbrush and shoves it up his bum.
I don't know what happened. I never. They were referencing it on Rampage, obviously, because Jericho was on commentary while Regal was there. But yeah, I want to see what happened there. I need anything with Regal on the mic. I want to watch. So.
I feel that. Samoa Joe won. Britt Baker won. Adam Cole also won. So there you go. And also Kyle O'Reilly also advanced.
Kyle O'Reilly, yeah.
So I'm 3 out of 4 out of the men's brackets. Don't want to discuss the women's bracket. I think I've only gotten like one, surprisingly. One right.
Oh, we missed on Rampage. Big Damo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Big Damo
Debuted,
yeah.
Killian Dane, yeah.
Good for him. I hope they use him effectively. Wardlow had to take 10 lashes. He took it way better than Cody did,
Yeah.
which was something.
He just took him.
Yeah, and then got a nut shot at the end there from MJF. The back, like the last 30 minutes here, I think kind of took a tumble because it felt like the show was it kind of got a little bland, and they were rushing through things. Serena Deeb came out and she was bad mouthing Shivani, and then brought out Dustin Rhodes, and she was bad mouthing him, and then Rosa came down to try to make the save, and it was just kind of a mess. I'm trying to remember the main event. I think it was Cole and Hardy, which they kind of rushed things. It seemed like because they were just, for whatever reason, AEW has time problems, even on weekly television sometimes. So, yeah. Check out Dynamite. Like I said, the first 90 minutes were pretty good. The last 20 to 30 is where the show kind of begins to take a tumble or falls off, as the kids would say. Yeah, that's about it, really. Anything else you guys want to contribute or add before we get out of here? Somehow we killed an hour.
Yeah, how long is that?
Just under an hour.
I'm just looking on the news now, but I think we've covered most of what's happening.
Yeah, the Sasha and Naomi stuff is pretty wild. I did see people bring up Naomi's contract status, which I did not get a chance to read into before the show. But do you see either one possibly jumping ship to AEW, perhaps? Just to float that idea out there, just to speculate.
Yeah, I could definitely see it out, especially over the recent people who've gone over. Could definitely see it happen.
I could see. I would say probably Sasha. At the very least.
I was thinking we said before, no disrespect to Naomi, but I think they're more likely going to go to Sasha, for Sasha,
Yeah.
than they are Naomi. Then maybe they take them both as a statement,
Never know. You never know. Chucks?
Apparently John Cena was spotted at the Chelsea game last week. Anyone cares?
He enjoys soccer, big one.
He does. Apparently he's friends with the potential new Chelsea owner.
Oh, is he? Interesting. Okay. I did see that headline though.
Someone took a picture of him at the game next to Chelsea's owner, and it says John Cena spotted the Chelsea game, and then someone obviously replied to the tweet saying, "I can't see Cena in this picture."
Classic. Well, you can't see me.
There's also pictures of during one of the tours years ago. He went to the former home of Tottenham, White Hart Lane, and he's in a Tottenham shirt. So he needs to sort out where his loyalties are. To be honest, just saying.
Oh yeah, that was another thing with CM Punk wearing this this shirt about what was it? I can't find it here. Hold on.
Well, didn't he fire back at someone who's supporting or not supporting Sasha?
Possibly.
I'm just seeing that.
Here it is. I got it right here. He came out with a shirt that said abortion rights are human rights. I thought that's what it said. I didn't want to get it confused, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I was like, hell yeah. And he did it in Texas too. Like the Dynamite was in Houston, Texas, and he was wearing like a pro-abortion shirt, which, hey, I'm all for. And then recently, he had a. This is from Reddit here. If I can pull that open. Punk on Instagram saying something. A fan DM'd him on Instagram saying keep politics out of wrestling, and he replied back with, "I'll keep politics out of wrestling as soon as you keep politics out of vaginas." Which that'll get an upvote for me. There you go. So
I do like this tweet I've just seen.
yeah.
As we know, the after this whole Sasha and Naomi situation, WWE are going to be doing a tournament.
Correct.
For the women's tag titles. I've just seen this tweet with the bracket, which I thought was quite funny.
Let's take a look here. Tournament bracket. Tournament bracket for the Women's Tag Team Championship on SmackDown. Yeah, there you go. That seems about right. That seems about right. See, that's why they were trying to make the division try to mean something. And like,
yeah.
That's what they were trying to get over to, corporate, and they were like, no, we want you to do this instead, and that's why they walked out. So that's pretty funny. I like that.
Also, WWE Vacant's got his own Twitter account.
Oh, WWE Vacant's always been a thing.
Oh no.
Yeah. Former 44-time world champion. Aaron Vacancy. It's a true honor to be your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. It's my first time holding this title, and new. They know what's up. Asking for a friend. Ay. Progress, yeah. Anyway. Chucks, I think he had some audio troubles when I pitched the question.
I did indeed. And then I closed Skype, and when I tried to reopen it, it needed to install an update.
Great.
Obviously.
Great. The old Skype update. Lovely.
But at least now I can see your shared screen, which I couldn't before. So that's
okay.
something.
Yeah, we just mentioned a Punk's pro-abortion shirt on Dynamite.
Yeah.
In Texas, no less.
Yeah.
And then before that, I was saying, do you see Naomi and Sasha possibly going to AEW or elsewhere once their contract comes up?
I think I agree with Will. Sasha seems very likely.
Yeah.
Naomi less so, but yeah, never know. It would be. Which depends when it happens. If they have another year or more on their contracts, WWE will hold them to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can get out anytime soon and make a statement by jumping, then I'm pretty sure they'll want to. And Tony Khan will want to. But if it's going to take a while, I'd imagine Naomi's probably more likely to want to work things out and stick around with the bloodline. Sasha, I can see wanting to make the move.
Yeah. No, I agree. And Sasha has also other projects, like I said, to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's pretty much set if she decides to not go to AEW or wherever else. Anything else before we get out of here?
Speaking of Tony Khan, he's back in the big leagues, isn't he? Fulham got promoted.
Yeah. I think he deserves a lot of credit for that.
He does.
They did it straight away, straight back up.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Congratulations, Fulham.
What does that mean? Fulham's just like won a title or something, or?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
they did win. Yeah.
Basically, they got demoted back to NXT, and then they became NXT champion, and now they're getting the call up again. Just like, yeah, they did become champion, but it's of a lower league that, being a champion of that lower league doesn't really mean anything other than being able to then move up to the big league.
They put out a tweet saying something like, "I want to thank Fulham Club for, winning the championship." of whatever soccer league. Catch AEW Rampage Friday night on TNT.
I didn't actually see him tweet anything. Did he say anything? He must have done.
Imagine you must have.
Let me take a quick peek here. Hold on.
I do find it kind of amusing that he sticks that at the end of every tweet, because it makes sense that you would do that. If you're going to tweet stuff, then you do want to use it as advertising. But it makes him look like a bot.
Yeah, ironically.
Yeah.
Which is ironically it makes him look like the bot.
And if you do it so much, people will just not do it out of spite.
Well, that Rampage after that whole thing with the bots went down, and he added that little watch Rampage live on Friday. It did better numbers than it usually does, like quite significantly better numbers than it does usually.
Oh, he did on the May 2nd.
Long term, maybe you're right. It might
May 2nd.
annoy people.
Oh boy.
It worked.
He didn't mention AW though.
That would have been a while ago that he tweeted that, right? Because they won it a few weeks back.
May 2nd it was. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. You get into it next tweet.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
There it is.
All right. I think it's time to get out of here. We'll be back next week with, I think, Double or Nothing, right?
Yep. The third anniversary show.
Is that on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. So we
29th.
We won't have to rush it and whatnot.
I may be a bit late next week.
Oh.
We could probably talk about this off air, really, shouldn't we? But...
Okay.
Well, I don't know. What
Sounds
is
good.
Well, there's
something secret.
No, there's just a slightly important football match on Saturday night next week.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm not sure there is. I think it's.
No, well, you
I
wouldn't.
think it's tomorrow night is the important one, or tomorrow afternoon.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Post-season games. What the hell?
We'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great one. Take care. Hopefully, we'll have Beans back.